Hello, friends. Welcome to this episode of 5 Minutes, Please. Bus, Panj Minute. Today, let's take a detour. Let's talk about something which we have never talked about before. Let's dedicate this episode to the great Punjabi poet, Surjit Patar. He needs no introduction. And his body was cremated today at Ludhiana. It is very sad when a poet, a legend like Surjit Patar leaves us all in tears without any major problem. He was hale and hearty and had a heart attack a few days ago and left us alone forever. But his memories would live on forever. Great man, great poet, and above all, he represented Punjab, he represented Punjabi, he represented Punjabiyat worldwide. He brought respect to Punjabi poetry. He brought respect to Punjabiyat. He built his mother tongue, mother language, Punjabi, and took it to new heights. His contribution would always be remembered. It would be written in golden words for what he did. Nobody could ever do it before. Surjit Patar, though I was not very familiar with him, but I had a number of good chance encounters with him. And one of that was about some years ago when he had just taken over as the chief of Punjab Sahitya Academy. And he had come to our office. So I told him, I very frankly admitted to Surjit Patar ji, though I am not a fan or a student of Punjabi or Punjabi poetry, but I love Punjabi very much and I'm greatly indebted to my mother tongue. So I said, I have very brief knowledge of Punjabi, so pardon my brief knowledge, my ignorance of Punjabi. Though I have read most of Punjabi writers, novelists, poets, because as a child I was very fond of reading, so I would not leave any book unread if I could lay my hands upon. So I had been a great fan of, for example, Professor Mohan Singh, Puran Singh, Shiv Batalvi. I still have some of his poems printed and I gifted to them. For example, The Rook and Ma are my favorite poems by Shiv Batalvi. And when I was secretary or president of Press Club, I nursed a desire to hold a Batalvi night in Press Club, but somehow I didn't succeed in that. And then I had been a great follower of Dhani Ram also. Amrita Pritam, because my colleague Yogjai was a great fan of Amrita Pritam. He was very close to her. And since we came much afterwards when we joined Government College Ludhiana, the first year, 1970, it was Golden Jubilee year. Sahid Ludhianvi and Amrita Pritam had come to the college as guests of honor. So I had a small interaction with her and also with Mr. Sahid Ludhianvi. So that's my limited contact with the world of poetry, especially the Punjabi poetry. And then I was very great fan of Bhai Singh's poetry also. When I went to Pakistan, I looked for some books at the Al Singh Library and I found some books of poetry by Bhai Singh. And I jotted down some of his poems and I brought them back and I showed it to many of my friends. Yes, I have the original poems because those books are no more available in India and they were there in library in Pakistan. So coming back to Surjit Patar, when he came to, like, we invited him for an interview and he came and we were talking about poetry. Then I said, please pardon my limited knowledge of poetry, but I remember one incident and it's still very fresh in my mind. The day I joined Department of Journalism at Punjabi University, Patiala, the first thing I saw on the notice board, the blackboard of the in the Department of Punjabi language where our classes used to be held, it was a quote. I still remember that quote. It said, "ਰੇਤ ਤੋਂ ਪੈੜ ਮਿਟਦਿਆਂ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਪਲ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਜਲਦੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ." And Surjit Patar smiled. He was smiling. I said, "Why are you smiling?" He said, "This is my poem. This is from my poem." So I was very excited. So I thought, since he is our guest and the couplet I quoted is from his poem. So that was Surjit Patar. And today Punjab government announced they will initiate or set up an award, Surjit Patar Poetry Award, to be given by the Department of Languages every year. It's a great tribute to a great, great poet. And my association was also because we both have or had long association with Punjab Agriculture University as well as Ludhiana. So I always saluted Surjit Patar for his beautiful poetry. Whenever I had a chance to go through his poems, I would love and I would spend time. I would try to understand the message he always wanted to convey through his poems. Great man, very simple man, and down to earth, and always very, very welcoming. So he may have left us physically, but emotionally and through his poetry, he would live with us forever. He has been a legend like, as I mentioned, Puran Singh, Prof Mohan Singh, Shiv Batalvi, Dhani Ram, Amrita, Pritam, all those great Punjabi poets. Bhai Singh, I used to read them, admire their work, and always held them in high esteem. So was Surjit Patar. He was perhaps on the top of the list. So anyways, our great tributes to him for what he did to Punjabi poetry, and took it to world over. So I thought I must pay my tributes to a great man, a great poet, a great votary of Punjab, Punjabi and Punjabiyat. So I thought this is the time to remember a legend. That's all for this episode. Next time I would come out with a new subject. Till then, stay happy, stay calm. Bye.